personal doctor, Dr. Mark Sherwood, but we're not going to be talking about healthcare this time. We're going to be talking about a very important topic that is crucial not just to his home state of Oklahoma, but to every American citizen as he leads the way. And he's going to be sharing with us some very exciting news. I'm pleased to bring on Dr. Mark Sherwood again today. Thanks so much for being here.
April, it's my pleasure. Thank you for allowing the opportunity to come on, and thank you for being our friend most of all. We appreciate that and we honor that.
Well, it's a pleasure and a privilege. So you've got some exciting news to share. You just announced that you're running for governor of Oklahoma just a few days ago. So we're bringing you on for this exclusive interview. We want to hear directly from you. For all of our friends watching in Oklahoma, Dr. Sherwood is here committed to being able to bring you truth. And we had some really great conversation before we started recording. Dr. Sherwood, tell me about why you felt compelled to run for governor, and tell us about your plan.
Well, first, people would look at me and say, why are you doing that? You have a great life, a great practice, and, very comfortable. Well, there comes a point in time in everyone's life where you have to step up and serve. Again, we're going into this, my wife and I, with much prayer and much discussion, to go in there with a clear mission and agenda to bring God back into government. I mean, that's what it boils down to. And I am not really one that's going to be a politician. I'm a leader by heart. I go back and look at my life, and I was a police officer. And even before that, coming out of college playing baseball, I had to go beg for a scholarship. Only to eventually start my senior year. And then I had to go beg for a chance to play professional baseball, was able to do that. On the police department, was able to work to eventually become a member of the SWAT team. And eventually, being a guy that wasn't in shape to becoming a bodybuilding champion, and then retire from the police department, learning how to be a functional medicine expert. How do you do that? There's something inside me, and I can only give God the credit because he put a lion in me to go out there and bring a message forward as a leader. And I am just not seeing that, April, across the board. I mean, I am a proud Republican, yes, but I am seeing, like in my home state, it's not a Republican problem. It's not a Democratic problem. I should say it's not a Democratic problem. It's a Republican problem, because we have Republicans that are just really talking a good game, but doing nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, wasting the people's money is my opinion of elected officials who sit in office, and you're right, they can talk a good talk, but when it comes down to actually pushing through legislation that benefits the people, it's really lacking in the Republican Party. It's a shame to say, but it takes, and that's why I think that not just yourself, but so many people across this country are resonating with this and saying, it's not about Democrat, Republican anymore. It's about somebody who's going to put our state first and our country first in the policies that they are wanting to pass. And certainly for you, you're a very successful doctor. You have a very successful practice. There's no ulterior motives here, other than that you love your state of Oklahoma and you love this country and you want to see it be successful. We talked a little bit about the fact that, you're running against an incumbent governor who you're seeing that is not for the people. Tell me about some of your plans that you have that the Oklahomans really need to know about, that are very exciting too for Christian believers, that you would like to place priority on if you should get this governorship.
Well, first and foremost, this current administration claims to be pro-life. And if they are pro-life, then why are we still having abortions to the tune of 29 every day? And in my mind, those are murders according to not my definition, but God's definition.
And science, because we know that life begins at conception. Absolutely.
That's right. And so we have a plan to really become the first state to completely abolish abortion. Now, recently, Texas went a good distance towards that, and I'm happy. But if we're pro-life, let's think about the semantics here. If we're pro-life, we can't just say we're pro-life. We have to do pro-life, and it's more than just words; it's action. So that's That's one. Another one is if we claim that we're for freedom and liberties, then why aren't we stopping mandates with vaccines and masks? And we can. We've seen it done in a good manner with Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida. So again, a good shout out to him for doing that. This can be done. It's just going to take an uncharacteristic, uncommon leader with an uncommon courage. And look, I give God all the credit. There are other issues that we will address. Of course, we got a lot of them that are not getting done. But the bottom line is those two right there are going to be significant in this race. And if people want somebody to stand up for the people's rights, the people's wishes, for those principles, then it's a good vote for what we stand for.
Yeah. Well, we also talked about before that you really wanted to make sure that your economy was strong in Oklahoma. And tell me about one of your plans to ensure that for the Oklahomans.
Well, certainly, this is another one too. One of the Republican platform premise is to make sure we don't raise taxes. Well, why are we raising taxes? It's like, this is just contrary to what we want. We need to lower taxes and create better efficiency with spending. I mean, we still have turnpikes here. Where is the money going? I thought it was supposed to be once you paid them off, you're done. Where is the money going that's supposed to be in education? Why is education suffering? So to that end, I'm not afraid to ask why. And I think why is a powerful question. We've got to make our economy efficient, much like I look at the human body, April, and sort of try to diagnose why it's not efficient and why it's not optimal. So the concept of functional medicine is the same as looking at functional government. We have dysfunctional medicine, we have dysfunctional government. I want to bring back functional government where the people are the ones that had the power and the government is there to serve them.
Yeah, and that's the whole key here, I think, and especially in today's climate where so many people have forgotten the fact that we are the ones that employ the government. We are the ones that dictate this stuff, not the government dictating to the people. And what we're seeing in this totalitarian dictatorship within our presidency right now, I think that some of these ideas that you have regarding abolishing abortion, lowering taxes, ending the mask and vaccine mandates, it's going to really shock Washington when you get there. And I do hope you get there. Tell everybody where they can go to stay tuned for your upcoming events. And certainly there's going to be a lot of fundraising needed and a lot of rallies, I'm sure, that you're going to be attending and planning. Tell everyone where they can keep abreast of what you're up to.
Well, they can go to Sherwood2022.com. That's our campaign website, or they can find us on Facebook, the Friends page, Mark Sherwood for Oklahoma Governor. And April, truly, this is not just an Oklahoma race, as we were saying. This is a national race because it's going to bring hope to other governors, other states, other people. And I'm going into this with a we mentality, we the people.
Yeah. And one more thing, I wanted you to be able to share with everyone what you had said to me, a really great idea that you and your wife had for what you would do maybe once a month for the people of Oklahoma.
Yeah, we are known for providing hope and health really to the world regarding the things that we've been able to, and fortunate enough, as you said earlier, to even help you and your family with that. I mean, that's the greatest blessing, to help people. Yeah. I don't want that to go away. Get this, ladies and gentlemen, I want this to get bigger. Why can't we have a governor and first lady actually talking about health and hope to the state and the world? Who said we had to live by the political rules, the establishment rules? I want to have a weekly or a monthly television program that can actually do that and stay connected to the people. People.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know you're related to them, and we desire to do that. We want to carry this message higher and more broad to go across the country.
I love that idea. And, I think too, it's so important because, as I've watched what's happened in Michigan over the course of the last, 15 to 18 months with COVID, the governor stands there, she does her press conferences, and she brings in these people, these medical people, to tell you that the vaccine is the only way to stay safe and that masking is the only thing that's going to protect you. And you're actually coming from a standpoint of, we are actual doctors. We treat our patients, worldwide. And not only are we going to make sure that you have the most up-to-date information on how to stay healthy and safe, but you're actually going to be able to provide a direct connection with truthful information, because that is, for me, the biggest issue that I had with any of these medical personnel coming out throughout the government, national and on a local level, and stating that masking is healthy for the public and should be enforced, and that the vaccine is healthy. And so it's so encouraging to me to hear you say that not only do you want to do all of these things for Oklahoma, but you also really seek to continue to provide care for your patients and for the people of your state. So it's really quite a concept. I've never heard anything like it before. It's a big idea and a big vision, and I have no doubt that you'll be able to successfully carry that out. It's very exciting.
Well, I'm honored to do that, and truly, regarding the whole pandemic and thing, April, look, no one is talking about how to prevent it, healthy lifestyles. Nobody's mentioning that from government, medicine, or church. And I find that just utterly despicable. We could do better than this. And look, as I learned on the SWAT team, somebody has to go in the door first. I'm going to go in the door first. And I know when I go in the door first, I may take some, assaults, but I'm willing to do that for the sake of the entire country. And I mean that with everything within the fiber of my being. Together, we can achieve great things if we just get together again and be united as a people that's underneath the authority of God.
Well, there you have it, everyone. This is your next governor, Oklahoma. This is who you need to support. Head over to Sherwood2022.com. We've got the link below, so make sure you click on that so you can stay updated with everything that Dr. Sherwood is doing and will continue to do as he fights for freedom, not just for Oklahoma, but across our nation. And we're so grateful to have people like you that step up and are willing to do the hard things. And you certainly show that on a daily basis with providing the truth about holistic and wonderful healthcare, true healthcare, not the type of healthcare that's being touted by some other doctors that are, at this point, I think, many of them need to be put behind bars for a lack of integrity in what they're doing. But we're so grateful for you, Doctor, and thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me, April. It's always an honor. I always look forward to it.
All right. Well, everyone, make sure you also check out Dr. Sherwood has an amazing functional medical institute. The link is below in the description. It's sherwood.tv. And when you hit /face the facts, you are going to be taken to a link that's going to get you a free ebook. So if this is the first time you're hearing about Dr. Mark Sherwood, make sure you click that link, sign up for the free ebook, 100% free, and you're going to get such great information that's going to help keep you healthy. And on another note, Doctor, I'm so grateful that when my family members came down with COVID, you were there to offer your expertise. And, honestly, it really just took the whole fear of everything away, knowing that they could keep their bodies and their immune systems completely healthy in a holistic way. So I so appreciate you. We need more doctors like you.
Well, it's an honor. The greatest honor in your life is to help somebody else to gain life and hope. So thank you.
Yeah.